This episode is brought to you by Squarespace. Squarespace is the easiest way to create a beautiful website, blog, or online store for you and your ideas. Squarespace features an elegant interface, beautiful templates, and incredible 24/7 customer support. Try Squarespace at squarespace.com and enter offer code PFT at checkout to get 10% off. Squarespace, build it beautiful. Yes, I greet you from the shores of this place called Spontaneanation. My name is Paul F. Tompkins. I'm the host of this show. Let's have fun, you guys. Let's forget about our stupid lives for once. Not to say your life is stupid, but it probably is. Hello. It's still me from seconds ago. God. It's literal seconds ago, guys. This is not a good start. I can't be doing... Look. I'm trying to do a show. And I need you guys to have something that approaches object permanence. Ear-wise. I never even thought about object permanence as it pertains to sound. I don't know if babies... if they recognize, like, oh, my mom, she didn't disappear. She's just in the other room. But if they're not hearing your voice, or they're, like, forgetting what your voice sounds like, and then you say something like, oh, that's right. You have a weird voice. What a rude baby. Excuse me. I've been here a little longer than you, and that's not the way we do things around here. And you're fat. Babies and their bellies. You know what I like though? They own it. You ever seen a baby just walking around, literally toddling around with no shirt on? And you're like, that dude, he's comfortable in his own skin. I'm scared to go to the beach. But that baby's like, hey, this is me. Love me or leave me. You're probably gonna love me. Because I'm an adorable fat baby. I don't know if you noticed, I have two teefies. Babies. There's got to be a better way. Why aren't we at the point now where we're being incubated in a lab? You can still be a parent and love your child and not carry them around in you like some sort of alien. I don't know a lot about science, but here's what I know. Babies, very cute. That whole part where they're cooked in a stomach, ugh, you can keep it. Yeah, that's right. That's right, guys. I'm going on record. I am not going to have a baby gestate inside me. You can hold me to that. I know people are like, Paul, you'll change your mind. No, I sure won't. I'm declaring it now. Never will I give birth to a baby. That's a pretty easy claim to make. Okay, you got me on that one. Enough of your gotcha listening. You guys, this is a show where clearly everything is made up. You don't think I wrote all that out, do you? Because if so, we're talking about a real first draft. Rough draft, if I'm honest. Rough draft, if I'm honest. Oh, hello, I didn't see you there. Who am I? Well, I'm the rough draft monologist. Just come by here to work on my craft. Gotta make sure that my accent agrees all across the board. You can't say draft and then say craft. You're welcome for the free accent lesson, everyone. This show, Spontaneanation, is a show where everything is made up on the spot. And it's for fun. That's why we're doing it. We're not trying to change the world. Hey, if the world gets changed as a result of this podcast, that's a bonus. But that's not what we're trying to do. We're not actively trying not to do it. It's just, stop yelling at me. I've done podcasts before. Lord knows I have. Some of those podcasts required a lot of preparation, post-production. And then I thought, what if I did something that was none of those things, where I could just show up and do it with the help of some good friends? Well, that time is now. That's what you're listening to. I am going to have a special guest on the show. I'm going to ask that person a question, a blind question submitted by a previous guest. Our conversation, who knows where it will go? Then I will introduce some improvisers to you. And we're going to do some narrative improv. Narrative improv. Oh, I'm a baby who explains a show to you. Wah. My diaper is full of explanations. We're going to do some narrative improv. Just tell one story over the course of the rest of the podcast. And it is all underscored by my good friend Eban Schletter, who has had his voice box removed. He can only communicate via the old 88s. Oh, no. Can you wait till after? Should have gone before we started. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce my guest for this particular episode. This guy, I got to know him when he was a guest on another podcast, the Thrilling Adventure Hour podcast, that we had done together. I'm a regular. He was a guest. I like to think that I was nice and welcoming to him. Perhaps he could tell a different story, but not here. Here, we just agree that I'm great. You've seen him on television. Seen him in film? You've seen him in film. You've heard him. You know when you've heard him? You've heard him when you're in line somewhere, like say at the supermarket, and you hear a guy say, "Can I go ahead of you? I only have 2 items." And you turn around and he's gone. Because he was a ghost. He wasn't there. Yeah, this is a scoop. I'm interviewing a ghost. You've heard him with stuff too, is my point. Please welcome Spontanea Nation, Mr. Michael McMillian. Michael, hello.
Hello, Paul.
How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. Thank you for that vote of confidence in my film career.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
What, have you been in films?
Just a couple.
That's more than most people.
I have. I've been in a very classic film called The Hills Have Eyes 2.
Now, were you playing a character from The Hills Have Eyes 1?
Mm-mm.
Was it a prequel?
They all died.
Was it? It was. And The Hills Have Eyes 2 was a straight up sequel, not a prequel.
Yes, that's correct. We didn't go back to the 50s when the hill people were created by atomic testing.
The hill people. So wait, in this modern retelling of The Hills, because of course The Hills Have Eyes is an old story, a tale as old as time. in the reboot.
Yes.
Were they also created by atomic testing from the 50s?
They were, and actually The Hills Have Eyes 2, I was in the reboot of, was a reboot of the original Hills Have Eyes 2, which originally featured a motocross gang who was hunted down by mutants. They ditched that for National Guardsmen.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
Well, listen, whether or not The Hills Have Eyes, that's for someone else to decide. Here's the question that will start our chat proper.
Great.
There's a question from our previous guest. Asks, do you have a perpetual age in your head that when you think of yourself at that age? And if so, what is the age and why?
That's a fascinating question.
Well, my guests are fascinating people.
Lord. Well, that's funny because it makes me think of, before I answer that question, I'm going to dodge it.
Sure. Why wouldn't you dodge that question?
No, but it takes me back to when I was in college and we were studying, I went to a conservatory for theater.
Oh, I do beg your pardon.
So let's just get that straight.
I apologize for not wearing white tie and tails to this interview.
It's fine. I can hear it in your voice. That's fair enough.
Well, I'm speaking in a formal manner.
Yes.
You can imagine white tie and tails on my person.
We all can.
Yes.
And one of our, we took conservatory program. We took clown school. We took clown class. And my teacher had studied.
Hold on. Shut up.
Okay.
When you say clown class,
yes,
you're talking about like this is like the lineage of this like French, great French clowns.
I was about to say she studied under Lecoq in France.
Right.
Lots of Commedia dell'arte. Lots of just, learning the archetypes of comedy and clowning.
Now, Commedia dell'arte is where you smear like white stuff on your face.
Yes.
Right? And everyone's just loud.
Yeah. You stick black puffballs on your white blouse.
Your white satin blouse.
Yes. You draw a tear on your eye.
Because you're in prison and you've killed someone.
Yes. And you walk out on stage and you gaze at the moon.
This sounds terrible.
But it's hilarious.
Now, is it all silent?
No. Some of it is. A lot of mask work. Lots of mask work. I once saw a good friend dislocate his shoulder while pretending to be fire. And oh, yeah.
I almost want to stop everything right now.
So did I in 1996.
So he's like writhing around in such a fiery manner.
Yes.
That he dislocated his own shoulder.
Yes. In fact, I believe that when we were reviewing his depiction of fire, someone in class described it as if someone had just lit a chemical fire with a match.
Specifically a chemical fire.
Specifically a chemical fire. It did not grow. It just exploded.
Do you think if he'd just done like a birthday cake fire, it would have been less threatening to himself physically? Yeah.
He may have stubbed a toe, but he hit the ground so hard. He was wearing a neutral mask.
Sure.
Pretending to be fire, hit the ground so hard, dislocated his shoulder, started screaming in agony.
Wait. Yeah. So he barely got to embody fire before he dislocated his shoulder.
Face plant, slipped. There's a 15 seconds of chemical factory fire happening in a neutral mask and black leotard.
Okay, I'm going to have to ask you to either explain neutral mask or stop saying it.
Okay. I told you I went to conservatory.
Yes. No, I understand. I felt less than. Mission accomplished.
Neutral mask is literally what it sounds like, you idiot.
It's just a blank.
It's a blank face mask.
So we're not talking like eyes wide shut.
No.
There's not a golden beak or anything.
No. Those are very suggestive masks.
You're telling me.
This one is very neutral, which then allows the actor, the performer, and the audience to sort of project and watch the neutral mask, transform through the motions of the body.
Right. Even though the mask itself never changes.
It actually does not change. I know, it's confusing.
So he's wearing a neutral mask. Chemical fire.
Face plants, grabs his shoulder, starts screaming in agony.
Fire does not scream.
Nobody moves. Nobody gets up. Nobody does anything. He's just squirming on the floor going, oh God, through a neutral face. Best friend, I get up and rush over to him and whip the mask off his face. The EMT had to come and relocate his shoulder in front of all of us.
Well, now, to be fair, you guys could have left the room.
We could. But We're not going to miss a moment of this.
You witnessed the EMT popping the shoulder back into place.
Yes, putting it back into place.
As hideous as I imagine?
As hideous, and just like it is in all the Lethal Weapon movies. Loud crack, more screaming, and then it's done. It's immediate. Almost the pain is gone. It recesses almost immediately as it comes, according to my friend. So anyway, in this class, when we had to create clowns, and we were whatever our clown was, whatever age we decided our clown was, our teacher later revealed to us that is your age. That's the age you see yourself as.
Right.
So it's like a long way to get here.
It's like a trick.
It's a trick.
Yeah.
And my clown was 27 years old.
And how old were you at the time?
I was, I would have been 19, 20 maybe. Which is, I'm permanently 27.
So this teacher is saying, but now the clown age, is the teacher suggesting that is permanent, or that's how you see yourself?
That's how you see. Well, the clown is always, no matter how much you age, the clown doesn't age with you.
Of course not. Of course not.
No. The clown is always 27.
He's on clown time.
My clown's name was Lance.
How did you arrive at that name?
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
Well,
or you won't remember?
I will not remember. I had my outfit, he was sort of a superhero. And one day it was time to pick our clown costumes. She brought in bags and bags of clothing that I presume she just got out of her closet at home. And we all went through them, and I found it looked like a marching band. You know how like the marching bands in high school have sometimes they throw like a silver tunic over their marching uniform?
It's like a paramilitary sort of thing.
Yes.
But it's a braid and buttons.
Right. Braid and buttons. And this one had a purple L on it. And I think Lance came from that L.
Sure.
That's it. But he was 27, and I don't know why. I'm just assuming that this rule is true, and therefore I see myself as 27 years old for the rest of my life.
I guess I never thought of how old superheroes are supposed to be.
About 27.
I mean, is that how old's Batman, right?
I think he's in his late 20s.
You think Bruce Wayne, the Batman?
Yes.
In the comical books, you think he's in his late 20s?
Yes.
So he's a late 20s billionaire.
Well, you have to think about in current continuity of DC Comics, the Batman.
Ooh, here we go.
He's been Batman. I'm sorry for the. I'm getting a little choked up.
Well, it's very emotional.
I know.
To talk about the Batman's birthday.
He lost his parents at a very young age, Paul.
He did, yeah. It was a life-changing experience, some might say.
I know. He's seen so many sons come and go, too. They've left his nest.
So, sons, you're talking about like the various guys who are Robin or girls? I don't know. Have there been girl Robins?
Been a couple girls.
Okay, and they've all died.
A couple have died.
So this is like a 27-year-old dude
who has lost like two sons and both his parents. But he's been. You have to think he came back to Gotham when he was in his early 20s.
From where?
From touring the world and becoming a judo master.
He went to Ra's al Ghul land or whatever.
Yes, became part of the League of Assassins.
He's stuck in that well for a while.
Yep. Grew a beard. Came back, shaved the beard.
Yeah.
Reclaimed his authority at Wayne Enterprises. So he's a young man there. So he's been Batman for about 7 or 8 years, maybe. So that would have been in the ballpark of 27.
So perpetually. So Batman is perpetually 27 years old.
Yeah.
It's like The Simpsons or whatever. And so he, in his 8 or 9 years being the Batman, he's had 2 kids die.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Literally one that was his own son.
Do you know what I think? I don't think he's ready for fatherhood.
No, he is not. He's not ready to be a superhero.
27 is, how old are you now, may I ask that?
I am 36.
You're 36.
I know.
When you were 27, did you feel like this is it?
Hey guys, living the big life now. I'm in the sweet spot.
I'm where I'm supposed to be.
Yes. No, I was miserable at 27. Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding you.
I was in my most self-doubt ever, really questioning my choices in life.
Why?
Well, I mean, I wasn't doing anything disastrous, but I don't think I was employed at that time. I was in between jobs.
Yes.
So I was a little down, wondering, is this all there is? And then I think I got The Hills Have Eyes too. I thought, oh, there's a little more.
You know what else there is to life? The Hills Have Eyes too.
They'll always make more of those.
Are they still making Hills Have Eyes movies?
No.
To the best of your knowledge?
Ours bombed.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll remake it again.
Do you think you'll have a cameo in the reboot of the reboot?
Like a decapitated head?
Sure.
Oh, you know who I would be? I would be the guy at the gas station who's like, don't go down that road. That's who I would be. They always get like that guy to come back.
Yes.
Play that role.
Somebody who's been in either that horror franchise or some horror franchise, because it's a little in-joke for the audience, people that love horror. Yeah. Do you yourself like horror movies?
I do. I didn't until later in life. Around 27, I would say, I became. Actually, that's probably true. No, I was terrified as a child of horror movies, as most children should be. I didn't like gross things, and then I kind of got into horror movies when I just out of college. I got into like George Romero's Living Dead movies.
Yes. Did you get
zombie movies?
Did you get a subscription to Fangoria magazine?
I did not. I have been interviewed for Fangoria.
Have you
I'm proud
really?
To say. Yes. I'm a horror staple now between Hills Have Eyes 2 and playing a vampire on True Blood.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now that brings you to probably to your share of conventions and things like that.
Oh yes.
I like how you put on a little horror voice.
Yeah, I've been to a few. I mean, I've always I'm a comic book fan, obviously. This is how I know about Batman, Batman, as he's known by true fans.
That's right.
And
the criminal underworld, let's face it, cowardly, superstitious lot.
Is he a man in a costume or is he a giant bat? We're not sure.
Are criminals in the Batman universe, are they like, no, I think he's an actual bat?
Low-level thugs do, yes. Early on, they think he could actually be a giant bat monster.
Early on, like in the 30s, you're talking about?
Early on in Batman's career, which was technically in the 30s, but in comic continuity time, was only about 7 years ago, Paul.
So they think this giant bat cares about crime.
Yeah. I mean, if you're a giant bat, you're going to go for some criminals. Yeah, that's the whole thing. He's trying to strike fear in the hearts of these criminals. You would think that the giant bat would be on their side. You would think,
being a monster.
Hey guys, there's a monster out there. Yeah. Let's talk to him, see if he can help us rob some banks.
Let's try to reason with that giant bat.
I'm pretty sure we can get some money out of this.
He'd be a great distraction. So is 27 still an age at which you see yourself, or do you have an age? Has it changed?
I think it's changed. I actually I think I'm younger in my heart of hearts. I think I stopped developing around 15. Yeah, both emotionally and physically. Threw a curveball there, Paul.
You did. Well, you just had a growth spurt when you walked in here.
That's true. You didn't recognize me at first.
No, I didn't. We have to get you new clothes now.
You said you're getting very tall.
So 15, do you feel... do you really feel that way? Like, do you feel like when you have to handle a crisis in your life or any kind of situation, do you feel sort of helpless in that way? Because 15 is an age where you don't have a lot of power.
No, you don't. No.
I should say not.
I should say not, Paul. That's funny. I haven't thought about it in those terms.
Think about it now in those terms.
In terms of fear and the worst happening. Probably not. I mean, I think I'm pretty good in a crisis. Fortunately, I haven't had a lot thrown my way. But I think 15 was the age where that was definitely the age where I knew what I wanted to do. I knew what I wanted to be when I grew up. And so I think that was about the age where I was like, I got the vision. I was like, I want to be an actor. This is what I like to do. All the other things up to that point, I liked writing. I liked journalism. I liked cartooning. That's when I was like, I think acting, maybe some of those other things will still be part of my life, but this is the thing I want to do. And so I think that felt like really where my personality was formed. And I still like dumb kid stuff, like comic books.
But you are able to feed yourself, house yourself.
Yes, I have a driver's license.
Pay your bills.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was a pretty responsible 15-year-old, too.
Okay.
Nothing like a 10-year-old.
You're not on trial here.
It feels like I am.
I was not a responsible 15-year-old.
Yeah.
And I learned a lot of stuff just about basic grown-up things that you have to do the hard way by not doing them well and then realizing like, oh, this is how you have to balance a checkbook.
Oh, yeah.
Not the way you just did it. Get better at this now.
Well, you obviously didn't go to Exchange City in the 5th grade.
Is that a store in the mall?
It's kind of like a mall. It's kind of like a mall.
What's Exchange City?
Exchange City was a thing that taught every 5th grader in my district, my school district. I'm not a congressman. I just want to clarify that.
You were not a child congressman?
No.
Okay.
I was a pretty responsible child, but not a 15-year-old
There's
congressman.
still, it's against the law. You can't. Yeah.
Can't do that.
Yeah.
Can't bend those rules.
Got to be a certain age.
Far. Yeah. In my school district, they would take all the 5th graders to a place called Exchange City, and you would hear about it. I had an older sister, so she had gone and told me all about it.
It's wonderful. There's silks and spices.
I imagine this Moroccan bazaar in my head.
Exactly. Everybody's just yelling.
Yeah. You would get a job. You would be assigned a job in Exchange City. And I feel like some kids, like I was the editor of the newspaper.
Sure. Journalism.
Yes, journalism.
You also did the editorial cartoons?
I did indeed.
I bet you did.
And they handed you, first of all, Exchange City could not have been more bland. It looked like an empty office building where they just cleared out the cubicles.
Which it was.
And exactly. And there was a snack bar which consisted of flat Hi-C orange drink and stale popcorn. Uh-huh. And that's what we were supposed to earn. We could spend our money on that stuff.
Oh my God.
So everybody had a job. And I was a newspaper editor. And I was given sort of a layout sheet of what the newspaper columns, here's today's news, here's this editorial cartoon. One of them was gossip.
A great thing to teach kids.
Yeah.
Like this absolutely should be part of it.
There was a gossip column.
Definitely make that part of it.
And the newspaper was going to be printed at 3 o'clock that day. And I basically wrote the paper all myself. I had some reporters that I sent out to the field to interview the judge and the mayor. And the mayor was this girl in my class who sometimes I butted heads with. She was, it was sort of a love-hate Sam and Diane thing. Mm-hmm. Sometimes she was very bossy and type A, and then other times I just really had a crush on her. Mm-hmm. She liked another boy at the time. Let's call him Ben.
Ben.
And we'll call her Diane. Okay. This is about Diane and Ben.
Sure.
Not Diane and Sam.
Understood.
Obvious.
Got it.
Anyway. So I had written in the gossip column, rumor has it, our own mayor, Diane, has a thing for Ben. So I got a visit from the mayor at about 4 o'clock that afternoon.
Sure.
She was very upset. I made her cry. Mm-hmm. It was terrible. I don't know why they allowed this happening. I put it in print. I put it in print.
Look, every politician will have to deal with the fourth estate. And this is, politics ain't beanbag. No. And this is the life she had chosen or was thrust upon her.
I don't think she ran a campaign. In fact, I think she was selected by teachers.
Right.
But there we learned how to write a check. Mm-hmm. We learned how to balance a budget. We would go to the bank, deposit our paychecks 3 times a day in this one day. So I kind of always carried that with me, and I worked.
This was all one day?
This was all one day. I forgot to tell you.
This sounds like Settlers of Catan mixed with the Stanford prison experiment.
Yes, it was. In a very let down environment. We were all bummed that it was not an actual city. We were at least imagining like hand-carved storefronts and like something that looked like, downtown Disney or Main Street USA. And instead it was just this boring place with flat Hi-C orange drink and old McDonald's cups.
But you got what you needed out of it.
I'd learned how to balance a checkbook. And then from 15 on, I always had a job.
Well, there you go.
So
thank you, Exchange City.
Thank you. Sorry, Diane.
Well, I hope she actually went into politics. That would be the best.
I don't think so. I think she moved.
Her name was Diane Feinstein. Michael, thank you very much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Is there anything that you would like to promote?
No.
Fair enough. Asked and answered.
Yeah, you'll see me around.
I'm going to ask you, during the break, I'm going to ask you for a location, and then you will tell me that, and then I never want to see you in here again.
Great.
Although you can stick around if you want to.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Michael McMillian. Spontaneanation will return after this message. Can I ask you a question? And I hope this isn't weird. Have you ever built a website from scratch? I'm sorry. It's unpleasant to bring it up because building websites before, you had to get a big mixing bowl and throw in a bunch of electricity and webs. You don't have to do that anymore because of Squarespace, who's sponsoring the show. Okay, now you've heard of Squarespace, and you've probably made little jokes about sponsors. But have you actually tried Squarespace? Oh, you haven't? Then shut up and listen to me. It's so easy. You go to squarespace.com. That's a website right there that they built. Go to the Build a Website button, pick out one of their beautiful templates, and I mean, well, these are gorgeous templates, and go hog wild, go ape wild, go any kind of animal that goes wild, do it with a free trial. Free? What's for free anymore? This trial. You don't even need to enter in a credit card. It's that quick and easy. The credit card, it takes so much time in the process. The templates don't just look nice. They've got responsive design. What does that mean? That means that if people are looking on your website on different devices, it will always look nice on whatever device it is. It's not like go to mobile version because this looks like garbage. It already looks good. You don't have to worry about it. You have too many things to worry about. This is one less thing. You can use your website to sell stuff. Yeah, that's right. Stuff. Every Squarespace site comes with a free online store. Let's say you weren't going to sell stuff before. That online store is just there. You might as well sell some stuff on it. You got things laying around your house you don't want there anymore. There's no law that says you can't sell it through Squarespace website that you made. You will have 24/7, that's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, online, not telephone support. Now that is a dream. The online support versus the telephone support. Whenever I'm having trouble with something online and then they say, why don't you call us? I want to say, why don't you go murder yourself? So 24/7 online support, beautiful website for $8 a month. That's peanuts. Peanuts probably cost more than $8 a month. Have you priced peanuts lately? It's nuts. We got to do something about this. An election's coming up. You can even get a free domain if you buy Squarespace for the year. Can you imagine a free domain? The last domain that is free to man. What? When you decide to sign up for Squarespace, make sure to use the offer code PFT, that's me, to get 10% off your first purchase and to show your support for Spontaneanation. That is promo code PFT, so they know that I sent you and that I'm a good person. I want Squarespace to like me. Thanks, Squarespace, for supporting my podcast. Thank you, listener, for supporting Squarespace. And thank me for bringing you all together. Squarespace, 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 Squarespace. Once you decide on a pronunciation, build it beautiful. Hey, guys. It's me, Paul F. Tompkins, from literally 1 second ago. Listen, this episode is brought to you by Loot Crate. Loot Crate. Do you know what that is? Oh, let me ask you a question then. Well, technically that was a question that I asked you. Let me ask you another question. And this is, Loot Crate wants to know this. We both want to know this. Loot Crate and I got together, and we want to know this about you. Do you classify yourself as a geek? Hold on, there's more. A gamer, or a pop culture nerd, or some combination of the three? If so, then this is the subscription box for you. For less than $20 a month, you get 6 to 8 items of gamer and pop culture licensed gear. 6 to 8. So as few as 6, as many as 8, you might get 7. You can't complain. I've told you 6 to 8. You get 6 to 8 items of gamer, pop culture, licensed gear, apparel, collectibles, unique, one-of-a-kind items, and more. How unique? Well, not as unique as a human being. Those are not for sale anymore. Make sure you head to lootcrate.com/PFT. Enter code PFT to save $3 on any new subscription. They got everything at Loot Crate. What are we talking about here? We're talking about swords and sorcery, myths and magic, dragons and dribbles. Not dribbles. I needed something alliterative. But I bet that there are things that dribble. This month, Loot Crate, it's all about fantasy. Those are fantasy things I mentioned. At Loot Crate, they totally understand that not all who wander are lost, but they also hear that it's dangerous to go alone. Luckily, Loot Crate's got you covered. They are giving you some amazing collectible and wearable items. You can collect things that you wear. You can wear things that you could collect. Your life, your rules. They got all this stuff from some of your favorite fantasy franchises, including Game of Thrones, Harry Potter, The Princess Bride. What? You looking for Princess Bride merch? They got it, finally. Your letter writing campaign worked. Make sure to subscribe by April 19th at 9 p.m. Pacific to get this month's crate. Every month, there's a different theme. All items are curated around that theme. They're all inspired by classic movie and video game releases, as well as pulling from pop culture franchises. So that's pretty much everything, right? Basically, Loot Crate is like a friend who knows what you love and surprises you with an awesome present every month. That is a friend you would never get tired of, and you would always be willing to take to the airport. You have until the 19th at 9 p.m. Pacific to subscribe and receive that month's crate, and when the cutoff happens, it's over. Over! So go to lootcrate.com/PFT, enter code PFT, and save $3 on your new subscription. When? Today! Michael McMillian. What a fun visit we had with him. Speaking of visiting with people, let's visit with some more of them. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce, sitting right next to me, not just I'm gonna class it up, and hilarious person. A tremendous improviser. Please say hello to Shulie Cowen.
Hello, Paul.
Yay! Shulie, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
I haven't seen you in quite a while.
Too long.
It truly has been too long.
Yes.
The last time I saw you, were we doing the Thrilling Adventure Hour crossover, right? It was like Thrilling Adventure Hour Super Ego crossover?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I believe aliens were attacking us from outer space.
I think that's where I met you. Is that correct?
We met doing the Thrilling Adventure Hour. Many years ago, I played Padgett's sister.
At Embar.
Yeah, at the Embar.
Now, did we meet them? Because I was gone for a year, and I missed a year of those shows.
That's where we met.
Okay. Understood.
But we can make a new history right now.
Yeah, we don't need Padgett to
I
do
remember
that.
when we met at Musso and Frank's. It was about 3 in the morning.
Now, I was into my 8th martini. Did you want to get that on mic? Okay.
I had hit rock bottom. That was my rock bottom.
And you ordered the rock lobster, and then a song was born.
You pulled me up by the hand and dried my tears.
Pulled you up by your hand straps.
And you encouraged me to keep going and that I could pay for my drinks a different way than the way I was trying to pay.
Oh, my word. This has become unseemly, this history.
You turned it around for me.
I did, right?
You did.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I believe you also had a frown that I turned upside down.
I was using it as my umbrella. But I decided to get wet and smile.
That's how turkeys drown.
Turkeys think they can drink the water and then they drown on the water.
Turkeys, because, hey, it's free. How long is this going to last? I don't know. I'm a dumb turkey.
Exactly. Imagine being a child and finding this out. It's very disturbing.
Shulie, in any event, thank you for being here.
Thank you, Paul, for everything.
Shulie, sitting across from you, this guy, I've known this sumbitch for quite some time. We're on a podcast together called Super Ego. His name is Marc McConville.
What's up, Paul?
Marc, thanks for being here.
It's a pleasure. I'm having a fun time.
And nothing's happened yet.
I know.
So far, you've just been sitting around.
Well, normally I do this in my house with no one here. I just stare at the wall.
Why do you do that, do you suppose?
I don't have a television.
Have you thought about getting one?
Can you?
Yeah.
You can get televisions?
They're available to the public now.
Didn't know.
They just cost money.
Okay, I have some money.
Well, you can have yourself a television.
Maybe on the way home. Then you'll never see me again.
What show do you think you would start with?
Probably the news.
Just to see what's been going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then news-related programs.
I realized the other day, I said the news. Like, I watch the news, and then I realized I don't think people say the news anymore. I think they just say news. Because it used to, when we were kids, there was the news.
Oh, yeah.
And it was an hour a day, and that was it.
Right.
But now news is happening all the time.
Have you watched the news recently? Like a local news?
Every once in a while. My wife and I like to do that.
It's a drag.
Yeah.
It really is. There's nothing that I want to see on that.
It's quite a slog. But when they get to the human interest stuff, it's amazing. I also like how they brush past global news.
Oh, yeah.
Which is like, this is there's a weird nuclear meltdown over here.
Hey, there's a country called Syria.
Now, the Cerritos Auto Square, there was a fire.
Do you remember the Cerritos Auto Square fire?
Yeah.
They lost a lot of Hyundais.
Yeah. Is Hyundai still a thing?
Hyundai is still a thing.
They still make them?
Yeah, I think it's...
Oh, is Hyundai one of those, or was it Yugo? There was some car like that used to be a permanent punchline, and then they're like, they have commercials where people get, I don't know, they get tricked into driving one, and they're like, guess what? This is a Hyundai, idiot. And they're like, what? I take back everything I ever said.
I think that is a Hyundai commercial, yeah.
I don't know what that guy's doing. Listen, let's find out what this guy's all about.
Let's find out.
Sitting next to you, Mark,
Yep.
is a guy who shares a lot in common with you. Starting with a name. But spelled different, like this guy, also my colleague at the Thrilling Adventure Hour for the last 10 years, 9 years, if you count that year that I was away. If you don't count it.
I do.
What?
I do count it.
Thank you for counting it.
Yeah.
This guy, you've seen him on so many things. You're going to see him on so many more things. Marc Evan Jackson.
Hello, Paul.
Mark, hello.
Hello.
Nice to see you.
It's nice to see you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Now you're wearing a baseball cap on your head.
I am.
This is not a thing I see you wearing often. You're a natty fellow. You like your clothes.
I do.
When you're wearing a baseball cap, is there a consideration like, I have to get a nice baseball cap?
Yeah, I suppose there is.
What brand is this?
This is a baseball cap that I suppose is a golf cap. It's from a country club in Michigan.
Oh, well, I do apologize. First a conservatory, now this.
The conservatory has my hat beat.
Now, I wonder if conservatories give out hats.
They would be three-cornered hats.
Do you think those will make a comeback?
If they were to, it'd be you who brings them.
Do you think I could do it? Think I could pull it off?
I know you could pull it off.
Do you think people would get mad when they see it at first?
I'm 80% certain you own some.
You know what? I don't. I have
Really?
a fairly extensive hat collection for various costumes and things like
Yes.
that. Some are just for ornamentation on the wall. I like to look at them. I don't have a tri-corner hat.
I suspect you own a boater or two
or two.
and a top hat.
I own several top hats of
And
various
how are you set for
shapes and sizes.
in the derby department?
I'm good. I'm all good on derbies. I got a brown one and I got a black one.
Okay.
So yeah.
You're
So I'm
covered.
good. Thank you for asking though.
Oh, it is my pleasure.
If you're thinking about birthday ideas, you'll have to look somewhere else. A golf cap is really just a baseball cap. It's the same shape, but you play a different sport in it.
That's entirely true, yeah.
Do you remember there was a period in the 70s where a few teams, I remember they did this in Philadelphia, where they had the really old-fashioned baseball hats that were like, they looked like a cake. They were like flat on the top.
Oh, yes.
They were round and flat on the top, and they had like lines on them. They look like a delicious cake.
I can picture the Pittsburgh Pirates hat being like that.
That's right. That's exactly right. Maybe it's just Pennsylvania did
Maybe,
that.
Perhaps.
We'll never know.
There's no way to check.
Well, listen, you guys, you understand what's happening here because I've told you.
Almost not at all.
I'm going to tell the audience what's happening. We're about to do a story based on the location that Michael has whispered in my ear. And as we tell this story, sometimes we will cut from one place to another. When we do that, you'll hear this sound. That's a cut to. Now we're someplace else. If we travel backwards in time, somebody's remembering something, somebody's like, how did that happen? When we travel backward in time, you'll hear this. Now, are those the only two sounds we'll ever hear?
Yes.
No, they're not. Mark, that was a retort. Sometimes we'll go forward in time. You know about going forward in time, right? You're doing it right now. Oh, I hope you're not high listening to this. If we flash forward, you will hear this. Classic. I hope you've memorized those sounds. And I hope they don't freak you out when you hear them. And you forgot what they mean and you think you're having an episode. That's my hope. Anyway, we are going to start this improv right now. And the location that we have been given by Mr. Michael McMillian is... That's almost too big a buildup, I think. There we go. Well,
don't undersell it.
Yeah, you got one right in the middle? The perfect Goldilocks. Mission accomplished. A mechanic's garage. A mechanic's garage. For our British listeners, garage. A mechanic's garage. And we take you there now.
$200?
That's what it costs, yeah.
You kidding me?
Well, the part itself's $120.
It's a rear view mirror.
Yeah, but the installation, the labor alone, I mean...
Sully, this guy giving you a problem?
Seems like it.
You got a problem, sir?
$200 for a rear view mirror? That's crazy.
The part is $120. We don't do it for free.
Fine.
You think that his labor should be free? Is your labor free at your work?
Technically, yes. I help women give birth.
So you're saying that you get no pay for
No,
your
I get
work?
paid for it, but the women, never mind. Look, I'll just go without a rear view mirror.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could let you roll out of here like that, or we could call the police.
What?
That's
Both
not
work
legal.
good for us. Yeah, it's not legal. Both work good for us.
I have 2 side mirrors, Sully.
Okay, first of all, don't say my name that way.
Yeah, he said it angry.
We're gonna have a problem, you and me.
It's highway route. I bet I could get someone to do this for cheaper.
Don't get Sully mad. You're making a big mistake right now.
All right, I'm gonna try to keep a cool head right here, all right? You want a rear view mirror? Or am I dialing 911?
Ooh.
Are you calling an ambulance, a fire truck, or police? There's a lot of options.
Nobody's giving birth here, so all right? So now you're out of your league, all right?
Okay.
Whether I call the cops or an ambulance is up to you.
You don't need to call anyone. Here's $175. That's all I have right now. I'll get you the other 25. Do we have a deal?
I don't know. The part itself is $120.
You're nickel and diming us.
Yeah.
I guess I am.
Do people come to you and you pull a baby out of their ginny and they're like, oh, I owe you $3,000, but I'll give you $2,000?
Right.
We didn't expect it to be quite so expensive.
Well, there's a lot of machinery here.
Oh, it's very impressive, I know, but I just thought, like, as birth is sort of a natural process, that once my wife gave birth, the machines and things would just be kind of helping, not really doing all the work, and so it wouldn't be quite as expensive as it is.
We have to keep the lights on here at the hospital, you understand?
Yeah. So, honey, are you all right?
Not yet. You haven't paid.
Just hold it in as best you can. Look, is there any way we can, work this out?
Dr. Marquardt, are these people giving you trouble?
Well, yes, they're trying to have a baby without paying for it.
We didn't realize it was a pay up front kind of deal, and also, honey, please, I beg of you, you got to keep it in there. So, it's kind of more than we were looking to pay. So, is there any kind of wiggle room on this?
Would you like us to deliver 3/4 of a baby?
We could do that.
Well, how would that work?
Not well.
Would the head be one of the quarters?
Honey, I don't know how much longer I can hold it in.
All right, I'm going to go sell my car. I'll be right back.
I don't know. It's got a lot of miles on it.
I've barely driven it. I just, my parents gave it to me as a present, but we're not a good fit. Me and the car, not a good fit.
Hey, is she almost done? Because I got a car to sell. My wife's about to have a baby.
What model?
This is how it's actually pronounced. Porsche.
I'm sorry. I understand that you're trying to invoke male privilege, but I was here first.
Look, we're not on the subway and my legs are right in line with the rest of my body. My wife is giving birth. I need to sell this car in a hurry.
Well, great. I'm having lunch later with a girlfriend, so I need to sell my car now.
To pay for a lunch?
Oh, no, I'm going to invest the money so I don't have to live off dog food when I'm old. But I just like to be places on time. So it's a Golf.
Volkswagen Golf?
Yes. I will throw in this Golf hat.
Is that a better? Is that a better car than a Porsche? Is that a familiar Volkswagen Golf?
More practical, certainly, yeah.
Can't all be ostentatious. Well, with our mustaches and our porches.
This isn't my porch, lady. I'm just standing here like you are, trying to sell my car.
What can you do here? Your sign said you took all comers.
We do buy used cars, yeah. It's just, I don't know. This car's got 112,000 miles on it. These things don't last past 125.
I was in a long-distance relationship.
Tell me about that.
Hey, I might be a father soon. My wife has to hold in this baby until I can get enough money to pay for the birth.
So you lived out of town?
Honey, how are you feeling? You feeling all right?
Sweetie, the contractions are about 2 minutes apart.
Okay, the good news is
Okay?
I did raise a little bit more money.
What does that mean, sweetie? I want to have this baby in a hospital, not outside in the parking lot like your mom had you.
Well, that's...
Seriously, there's no one around? There's no one around!
Honey, I mean, I gave birth in a station wagon. I was born in a station wagon. Our child will be born in a Porsche.
Sweetie, that's really nice, but I would like to have a birth devoid of any cars, really. Just
Doc,
an indoor birth.
Doc, can we take one of these machines out to the parking lot? Just one. What's like the best one for birth?
I feel for you guys, so yeah.
Doctor, please, just take pity on us. Will you come outside with us at least? Deliver
Does
the
your
baby?
car have hot water and towels?
Well, I mean, there's water that's been in there and it's hot outside.
Then let's get to work.
All right. Hey, Doc, thanks for working with us on this, and I hope someday this comes back around for you. Right now, caller 911 is not a joke. Who here in this mechanic's garage called the police?
Not it.
I'm not afraid to say it was me.
All right, now what seems to be the 911 emergency?
This asshole has his head
Oh,
caught
the
up his
language.
ass.
Let's watch the language. We haven't established who the asshole is yet.
It's this guy.
Oh, it is him.
His head's stuck pretty far up there.
Now, sir, tell me, what is your business here?
Officer, they're charging $200 for a rear view mirror.
Well, that's their business.
Well, I don't want to pay it, so I just want to leave. Then they called you.
But you don't-
tell me who the asshole is.
Do you currently have a rear view mirror?
No, I have 2 side mirrors.
I can't let you leave here without a rear view mirror.
That's what I've been trying to tell
Not
him.
in your car. You can go out under your own power on your feet.
It's like he thinks RVMs just grow on trees.
Do you? Do you think RVMs grow on trees?
I don't know what an RVM is.
I don't either, but I'm asking the questions.
Rear view mirror.
Come on, guys. It's sitting right there.
Now, of course, I don't have one because I'm a cop and I do what I like.
Well, yeah. Who are you going to call yourself? Come on.
Certainly not Ghostbusters.
Officer, let me ask you a quick question. Do you get paid for labor? Because
You mean
he's trying to not pay us for labor.
You mean like for doing my cop job?
Exactly.
Yes, I do. I get a paycheck.
Et voila. That's the only French I know.
That's all you need.
Exactly.
Now look here. You can leave, but it won't be in that car. If you want to buy a rear view mirror, that's the price they're asking.
Wait a minute. Your badge says Exchange City. Aren't you out of your jurisdiction?
Why, look. Don't you never mind about that. This is all part of it.
That's at least half a mile from here.
I don't. That's.
It's close enough.
It's a gerrymandered district. The lines are. Let's focus on the point.
Listen. Don't tell my teacher that I came by here.
I think we can work something out here.
If this makes its way into the gossip column, I'm finished.
I have $175 cash, and I have a $20 Applebee's gift card. That gets us to $175 cash and $1.95 if you count that as cash, which they do, but we don't.
How do you feel about the barter system?
I could barter for those last $5. Maybe some goods or services.
I deliver babies.
You're a doctor?
An obstetrician.
So yes?
Yes.
And somebody gave you a $20 gift card?
Was this Little House on the Prairie?
Look, people come upon hard times. They need to do something to pay me.
So what are you going to do to pay us?
I'm paying it forward, the Applebee's gift card.
I'm sorry. I thought you had to do math to be a doctor. We are still $5 short. Can you dance?
We should charge him for this time right here.
Oh, I can dance.
Well, I'd like to see that. As the only legal representative in this building, I decree this gentleman must participate in a dance-off. It's an all-garage dance-off. Whoever dances the best decides whether or not he gets a rear-view mirror or whether you have to turn your garage over to him.
What?
And then he sets the price. That's right, I'm eccentric.
Stakes seem higher than I expected.
They're pretty high.
Yeah.
Oh, I found $5. It's right here in my jacket.
Now here's your choices. You got your $175.
Well, now I have $180.
Yeah,
and
no,
a $20 Applebee's
I was going
card.
through them one at a time.
Okay, go ahead.
You got the cash.
Yes.
You got the Applebee's gift card.
We're at $195.
A mysterious $5 appears.
I never wear this jacket.
I'm afraid
it works.
I'm afraid that's not enough.
What?
It's dance off or nothing.
Fine.
You've been served.
Go to your neutral corners and get ready for a dance off. Oh my God. A dance off that we get to listen to? When Spontaneanation returns.
Hi there. My name is Al A. Peterson. Let's talk about shaving. I've been shaving for a long, long time, and not just my face either. Several years ago, I faked alopecia to get out of a serious relationship. Wouldn't you know, the next day I had the biggest job interview of my career. My sob story about alopecia got me the job, but I've had to keep up the ruse ever since. So you can bet I'm looking for a quality razor. Shaving, when did it get so expensive? You got all these unneeded innovations, swiveling, vibrating. I had a razor that sang happy birthday to me while I shaved. Didn't need that. I already know the alphabet by heart. That's why Harry's razors are a godsend. They're about half the price of the other big branded blades, and you don't have to go ask some security guard for admission to a plexiglass cabinet to make you feel like a criminal just for wanting to shave your face, eyebrows, head, arms and legs. Harry's ships free to your front doorstep, wherever that doorstep may be. And they're better blades, too. First blades were made in Germany, and Harry's liked them so much, they bought the entire factory. And they didn't have to fake a medical condition to do it. Harry's isn't just for men. Take it from me, I've shaved every part of my body. Women, Harry's is for you, too. It's just a better shave for your skin, face, legs, and wallet. Oh, don't shave your wallet, by the way. I just mean you'll save money. The starter set is an amazing deal. For $15, you get a razor, moisturizing shave cream, and 3 razor blades. And with the promo code PFT, you can get $5 off that for an amazing deal. Harry sent my pal Paul F. Tompkins a shaving kit, and he just loves it. And if you know that guy, he's barely capable of love. So this is a big deal. Go to harrys.com now, and Harry's will give you $5 off if you type in the code PFT with your first purchase. That's HARRYS.com and enter coupon code PFT at checkout for $5 off. Take it from me, Al A. Peterson, the guy who faked alopecia.
We'd like to welcome everyone who's come out to see this very unusual contest, a dance-off happening right here in Sully's garage. This is unprecedented. We haven't seen anything like this here in our city, certainly Exchange City, this kind of thing happens all the time as people are being prepared for life in a dance-topia.
I'm Kurt Menefee, your play-by-play man for the dance-off.
And I'm Betty, a very masculine woman.
I'm no relation to the actual Kurt Menefee, who I believe is a real person.
Is he a real guy?
I think so. I get that a lot. I sign a check or something, and people think, oh, you're Kurt Menefee? You don't look like him.
I thought he was just a rumor like the Mothman.
Well, I don't know about this, Dr. Marquardt. It seems like a lot of people have gathered press. There's a tent. People are broadcasting. I don't know.
We're here now with Sully of Sully's Garage. Sully, how do you feel about this dance-off?
Feel pretty confident. Sorry, I was answering for you. You look scared.
I feel pretty confident.
Sully, are you scared? Someone else answered for you just now.
I don't know about scared. I just...
Be brave, Sully. You can do it.
Thanks. No, I got this.
Seems to be Sully's coach. May I ask your name, sir?
Genie.
That is an unusual name for a man, but then I'm a very masculine woman named Betty.
Talking about genies, today's dance-off brought to you by Genie Garage Door Openers. If you need to get your car out of the garage, rub the lamp and call a genie.
Genie Garage Door Openers. There's always another wish coming.
So no, I'm not scared.
You feel confident?
I mean, I guess.
Are you much of a dancer?
I wouldn't say dancer. I am a trained clown.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Don't be shy, Sul. He's limber.
Yeah,
He's limber.
No. I'm well versed. I'm the equivalent of a black belt in Commedia dell'arte.
Is there any danger that as you are dancing, you could dislocate any part of your body?
None that I'm aware of at this moment.
Sully is the Pele of clowning.
It's true.
Pele, the noted soccer player, who starred in the movie Victory with Sylvester Stallone.
A national treasure.
Available on Blu-ray, Ultraviolet DVD disc.
And still on VHS if you're interested. Now we'll go to the competitor's corner. This gentleman, what is your name, sir?
My name's Dr. Mark.
And Dr. Mark, you are an obstetrician in the area.
Yes. And I just need a rearview mirror, and I need to get back to the hospital.
Well, it seems to me what you need to do is dance.
Talking about dancing, this week's action brought to you by Dancing with the Stars, Sundays on ABS.
Hosted by Neil deGrasse Tyson, Dancing with the Stars is the first dance competition that takes place in outer space.
ABS, catch the ABS fever. There currently is no cure for ABS fever.
Affable bowel syndrome. Where everything works just fine, but you're still worried about it.
Are you guys doing some sort of promotional thing within our dance-off? I need to get back to the hospital.
Now, Dr. Mark, what is your history with the art form of dance?
I don't know how to do it.
Do you feel that puts you at a disadvantage in a dance competition?
Yes, I don't know why they won't take $180 American dollars in an Applebee's gift card.
Now,
part alone's $120.
No, please, now, Sully, of course, we're talking to Dr. Mark. We understand that the cost of the rearview mirror is $200.
Well, with labor.
With labor. So, without labor, how is that supposed to get in there?
Thank you.
Sir, announcer guy. Let me just ask real quick.
It's Betty.
Guy, lady.
No, I'm a lady. I'm just a very masculine lady.
You know what? Let's talk makeover later. But Betty, do you get paid for the labor you do at your job?
No, I don't. I do it for the love of it.
Talking about for the love of it, for the love of the game, starring Kevin Costner and Kelly Preston. Available now on Betamax, DVD, and digital download.
Order now and they'll throw in a tin cup.
It's been available forever. Who are these guys?
Still available.
I've seen this movie before.
Still available. Now, Jeannie, have you ever hosted, a two-part question. Mm-hmm. Have you ever hosted a dinner party at your home? And have you ever coached anyone in a dance competition before?
Jeannie, these plates, they sparkle or something.
What a beautiful home you have.
Oh my gosh.
You have a lovely place.
Thank you so much. We've got a lot of one-pot meals, but I've made several meals so you guys don't feel like you just got one thing to eat.
I wouldn't expect a tablecloth like this at a grease monkey's house, but here we are.
Oh, is that an okay term
I'm
to
sorry,
use?
did I say something that I wasn't supposed
He
to
said
say?
grease monkey.
It's not our intention to offend you.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
And I'm a woman.
I prefer to think of myself as a grease swan.
I can see that.
That's beautiful.
That does sound
That's
nicer,
nice.
yes.
I crocheted this tablecloth myself.
See, I would have said macrame.
No,
That shows what I know.
I
Yeah,
would have said
it does
bought
show.
at a store.
no, not on my salary. It was a labor of love, not labor I got paid for, but just seeing the smiles on all your faces really brightens my day. Now, before we get to the one-pot meal, I wouldn't mind doing a quick combination. So if I could get everybody on their feet in a flying V, a 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh, wait.
Whoa,
We're
whoa.
doing it.
There we go.
So you said no, but there's something in your eyes that tells me you're lying to me.
Get out of my business, Betty.
Fair enough. And now we're talking to a police officer who happens to be here. That's right, I feel like I instigated a dance competition. Is that so? Is that something that's within the jurisdiction of the police to do? You're allowed to enforce dance competitions? I don't know if I am or I'm not, but that's what's happening. And I got a badge, and I got a gun, and I got a note from my teacher saying that I'm a real live policeman. We'll have to leave that there because it's time for the competition to begin. And of course, here comes our referee. He's the archaeologist who caused the chemical fire last year in the center of town. Say hello to Professor Bertram Digsy Burnside. Professor, take it away.
Thank you very much. I would like to welcome all the dancers here to the dance competition. This promises to be a lucrative endeavor, one which will, for the end of time, solve the dispute of this guy versus these two. It feels like only yesterday I was unearthing one corner of this town, not far from Exchange City. Came across something that I was convinced was Native American artifacts, but it wasn't.
Talking about artifacts, Night at the Museum 2, now available on DVD Blu-ray, brings you this next section of the dance competition without commercial interruption.
The dance competition will be judged on merits and also how I feel.
Well, there you have it. As the opponents go to their neutral dance corners, we are ready to begin. Here to sing the national anthem is an 8-year-old child from a school.
Thank you so much, sir. It's a pleasure to be here. And let me just say, there's no one I have a crush on. No one, and if I did, I wouldn't tell you. So, everybody just be cool.
Now, little boy, what nation's anthem will you be singing for us today?
I will be singing the anthem of the Powerpuff Girls.
Take it away.
Powerpuffs, how we salute thee. We fly through the sky and admire your beauty. Powerpuffs go. Powerpuffs go.
Thank you very much.
A beautiful voice like a castrato.
Nothing
handsome
has
young
dropped
man.
yet.
Excuse me, Mr. Referee. Does this happen every dance competition?
Yes, in my lengthy career of judging these things, it's been a facet of every single one that you get someone far too young to handle the responsibility and then offer them to sing whatever nations or cartoon series anthem they so choose. In short, yes.
Can we get started?
Yes.
Well, with that request, we will begin the competition. Of course, our referee will establish the rules.
All right. There will be very little to no biting. Not saying none. I've been there before, it does come up. There will be a sequence where each contestant will have a few seconds to dance on their own, and then the competition becomes about attempting to occupy the very same space. Thirdly, and finally, it's a game of attrition. The last person standing, the last person with energy, is the merit by which I will judge. Of course, also factors how I feel.
So essentially, we will know who has won if one person is standing and one person is not, and also how you feel about it.
That is correct.
All right, Sully. So it's they shoot horses, don't they rules. All right? So just keep on your feet, man. Keep on your feet.
There are going to be horses?
No. You know what? We have a movie to watch, so just don't get out on this so we can live to watch a movie another day.
Okay.
Hey, baby doctor, you need a coach?
Yeah, I do.
It's a huge conflict of interest for me to intervene. But I can't stand to see a man go in without a fighting chance.
Well, right before you said that, I was considering just leaving my car here and walking back to the hospital.
It's too late for that now, boyo. We're in too deep. Now
Fine.
Look, here's what you gotta do. Dance like no one's watching. Paint like no one can hear you. Wail on that saxophone like you're underwater.
Uh-huh.
And fly in the sky like you're from another planet and you're 27 years old.
I've got this.
And now...
Honey, he said he was going to meet us in the parking lot.
Yeah, well, this is ridiculous.
Where is this guy? He said he was just going to check on his car.
You know what? Just go have the baby, right? Just do it. Let it go.
Here it goes. Here it goes.
That is round one. And now, Sully, the opponent, is your turn.
Prepare to be clowned. Oh. Wow. Oh, slip.
He's doing a sort of comical dancing and narrating his own movements.
This is delightful.
Bird wings.
It's unprecedented.
Bird wings.
It technically does count as dancing.
Oh, I'm blind and using a stick.
Now that's dance.
Now, Digsby, who do you award that round to?
I'm really more concerned about the physical elements of the competition coming up next. That part was primarily dancing.
All right. So, did you answer the question?
I beg your pardon?
To whom do you award that round?
That part is a tie wherein they both lose. None of the above was of interest to me.
It's important to point out that in a tie, they also both win. Just for the record books.
Round two brought to you by Pennzoil Synthetic Motor Oil, now available on Blu-ray, DVD, ultraviolet digital download. I'm Kurt Menefee. On to round two. I can't keep up.
It's a sort of greased lightning kind of thing going on.
Get it, Sully. Take him down.
He's in my space. I can't.
Sass it. You gotta sass it. Where's the sass?
I have a big move coming. Here we go. And...
Well, bad news. Bad news. Sully seems to have He seems to have dislocated his neck from his torso. This is a hideous thing to behold. His head just sort of flopping off to the side.
My garage!
It seems unlikely that Sully can continue.
You're a doctor. Do something.
Maybe I'll call 911.
Oh, what a burn!
That feels like it was aimed at me!
Well, Digsby, it seems that as if there's one person standing and one person writhing around on the floor with a dislocated neck.
It may be true, but it's my understanding that as soon as the neck goes back in, everything returns to normal.
Fine, I'll do it.
And I'm a blind man with a stick, and there's not a dog at the end of the sleeve.
What an amazing recovery! Dr. Mark has just seconds to match the energy that's being put out there by Sully.
Oh no, he's doing it. Coach.
What?
Any tips?
Keep dancing.
Any tips?
Write poetry like someone thinks it's good. Let's see. TiVo your favorite shows like you're gonna watch them later, and drink water every 3 days to survive.
Take that! Oh my god. He kind of did it.
A remarkable round. We're going to have to ask our referee, Digsby, what do you think?
Well, overlooking the fact that I may have dozed in the latter third of the competition, I think the point here today is just to realize that there is for each of us a place, a time and age, if you will. Oh dear.
What?
Oh, such chest pain.
Digsby, are you all right?
Oh, good God.
The referee seems to be dying. Is there a doctor in the house?
Hold on. I was a doctor at Exchange City.
Are you sure? Because this dude actually went to medical school and
I'm just an
stuff.
obstetrician. I don't know how to treat a heart attack.
Fair enough. 8-year-old boy with a beautiful singing voice.
Thank you.
It all comes down to you.
All right, here we go. And remember, I'm doing this for someone I do not have a crush on.
I'm dead.
Oh,
What the?
teacher, can we have a do-over?
This round brought to you by Warner Brothers' new film Do-Over, starring Jennifer Lawrence, Lawrence of Arabia, and an Arabian horse. Rated R.
That's quite an eclectic cast. I cannot wait to see it. And my speech classes are doing quite well.
Sully, man, can you hear me? Are you dead? If you're dead, just say it.
No, I'm fine. That judge is worse for wear.
For the viewers at home, the referee is the one who has died.
Yeah, no, I'm
I don't
fine.
care about that guy. That guy dying reminded me how much I love you.
Briefly, my shoulder and neck were in terrible, excruciating pain, but no, now I'm better.
In the absence of a judge to judge this competition, we turn it over to the competitors themselves on the honor system. Whom do you think won?
You know, I think Sully.
Before,
Well, okay, you want to go or
I was.
Someone needs to go.
You go. All right.
you win?
But before you. All right. Wait, what?
You win. All right. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna walk across the street to that ATM, and I'm gonna pull $20 cash out of it. I'm gonna pay you the full $200.
So you did have the money.
That was possible the whole time.
I just didn't have cash, and I don't see a MasterCard, Visa, and American Express sign near your cash register.
But you could have gotten the cash very easily at any time.
Oh yeah, I have a lot of money.
How do you feel about the fact that a man has died?
That's pretty fucked up.
Your pager's been going off this entire time.
I have to get back to the hospital. I just look. I was trying to get something for a little less than what you wanted to charge me. Okay, I wanted to haggle.
The truth comes out.
Yeah, you're a terrible person.
No, I was just born in Exchange City.
What? Wait, when were you born?
1970.
Do you remember having a little
When
brother?
I was born?
Yeah, do you?
Not really.
Oh, that's weird. I'm the only one.
What were you gonna say though?
I was just going to ask if you remember having a little brother and leaving him to go to medical school and, advising him maybe he should look into fake law enforcement.
Declan?
Yeah, that's my name, but seems sort of anticlimactic now. Why don't you go across the street, hit up that old ATM?
And then maybe you and me, we could, I don't know, catch up.
I doubt it.
You're right.
So you do want us to go ahead and replace the rear view?
Yes.
Price is $400.
What? I guess I could just get $220 out of the ATM.
Nice.
Do you take credit cards?
Yeah. Where's the placard?
Here.
It was behind
Oh.
the desk. Yeah. Visa, American Express.
No problem. Here you go.
And there you have it. A senseless death brought about by a dance competition that never should have happened.
For ABS, this is Kurt Menefee.
And I'm Betty, a masculine woman. Until next time, if this ever happens again.
Say sayonara,
Sayonara, America.
Flawless.
Well, that's that story. Pretty derivative. Shulie, is there anything you would like to promote?
Well, Mr. Marc McConville and I are in a show called Opening Night, the improvised musical.
The devil you say.
Friday at 9 at IO West in Hollywood.
That title implies that you make up a musical.
Yes, we do, every week.
Every week.
That's right.
It turned me into a bird.
It does that to people.
Can you buy tickets in advance to this thing?
Sure.
Where can you get them?
The internet.
He's right.
He's right. He's not wrong.
I would hate to say it and then get it wrong.
No, I totally understand.
Yeah.
Marc McConville. Mm-hmm. What would you like to promote?
Well, there's a new episode of the Super Ego podcast coming out.
Coming very soon.
Yeah.
March 1st,
March 1st. I don't know when this will get heard.
You don't. We're in April. This is the month of April.
Is it?
Yeah.
So go back in time and grab that episode.
There you go. How did you enjoy it?
I really liked it.
I'm sorry to the audience.
Oh, I'll go away.
Anything coming up in April that you'd like to promote?
I don't know what's happening tomorrow.
You don't, do you?
No.
None of it. Hey, the future is not guaranteed to any of us.
Wait, what?
So we'll explain it later. Marc Evan Jackson.
Hello.
What would you like to plug?
Television and film-wise, I don't have any idea what will be happening at that point, but I would like to plug a charity that I created in the city of Detroit to teach improv in the public schools called the Detroit Creativity Project. Please check it out at dcpimprov.org.
I had a feeling you would pull that out, and that's why I made everyone else go first, so they didn't look like petty people.
Yeah.
He even knew the name of the website.
Can you imagine?
I know.
I think that's where you get tickets for opening night.
Eban Schletter's work, impressive as it is all online. You can download his albums. He has several albums out there. They are each and every one of them worth your time. He is only the best. As for me, I would like to promote my TV show. It's called No You Shut Up. It's me and a bunch of puppets. And we're doing some silly ass shit. It's a weird show that I love doing. Our season is almost over. We're wrapping in the middle of this month, and then hopefully season 4 will be coming. But you can find previous episodes.
We should start this whole thing again.
You can find previous episodes online, both at fusion.net and on YouTube, where you're probably more likely to be, right? You might be on YouTube right now. 2-Screen Experience. That's it, you guys. This show comes out every Monday. It's always goofy. Look, if you didn't like this, don't bother coming back. If you did like this, please rate us on iTunes. It helps spread word of the show. It helps people become aware, pushes up in the rankings, blah, 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 blah. This has been a lot of fun, you guys. Thank you very much. Thank you to everyone at Earwolf for having us. Thank you to Brett for making everything be available for you, because otherwise, just be an hour of silence, like John, what's his name? Cage? Or is that Power Man? All right, you guys. Goodbye forever until next week. This has been an Earwolf Media production. Executive producers Jeff Ulrich, Scott Ackerman, and Paul F. Tompkins. For more information and content, visit earwolf.com.
Earwolfradio.com. The wolf dead.